top of those buildings, and it was his last day of work because he was going to start staying home with her, and he died that day. And she, for the longest time, would stay on the phone and pretend like she was talking to him. You know, so there were so many heartbreaking stories, and you know, people I knew who worked downtown near there who were traumatized by it and had to go counseling and things because it was traumatic. It was really traumatic to live through it, and you just be there. Not even if you were one of the people who were caught in the building or outside the building or had to walk through the streets in the dust and all of that.
Right.
But just living in that area and just seeing the devastation and the horror and the sadness, and it was heartbreaking.
And you know that that's a crazy correlation because my 9/11, my mom's birthday is on 9/11.
Oh.
Like, so I always think my mom's birthday first because it's always been 9/11, and then you know the 9/11. You know, like it's like man, but you know, and it's just weird. Like her birthday's on 9/11. You know, because I'm like happy birthday, but then you get so it's kind of it's a bittersweet. You know, it's bitter like 9/11, but it's sweet. It's her birthday.
Oh, of course. Well, you have to celebrate life, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course, you would celebrate her, but yeah, every 9/11, I'm always brought to tears because you know I always do something that day to honor those people who were lost, especially because I knew some of them. And you know, I went back and I saw the new Freedom Tower is beautiful, and they did an amazing job. That whole plaza that they've created, you know, the memorial.
Oh, wow. I didn't.
You have, when you go to New York and you do your 6 months, make sure you go to the Freedom Tower.
Okay,
and the whole plaza that they've created there, the memorial they've created is absolutely beautiful.
Now they didn't rebuild the buildings. What is it?
No, there's actually, I don't know how to describe them. They're like holes where the buildings were, but they're like, it's like a pool almost, or like a pond kind of thing, but they're, you know, they have this thing around it like a wall, and all the names are etched into it. And people leave roses there by the names, and it's like there's like fountains, so there's like water running, and there's trees, and they've just done a really beautiful job. And the memorial is just absolutely beautiful.
And how long do you think it took them to
Oh, it took a couple of years to complete. You know, they worked on it for a very, very long time. I mean, it took a couple of years to develop it. First, it took a long time just to clear the place out.
Right.
You know, once they got through kind of just recovery, that was a couple of years. Then it took them a couple of years to decide on the design and to hire the people to do it, and then it took years to build it all. But they have done an incredible job, and anyone who goes to New York really should stop and pay their respects and see it, because it's so touching and it's beautiful.
Wow, I can imagine. I mean, that's you know, wow. And the cities, I mean, I guarantee you look at it right now, it's still going strong.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, you always have that there. It's a reminder. I think it's for the people who have gone through it and they made it through it. It's made you a lot stronger person. You know, because you have that under your belt now. You know, something else comes up that way, you probably a good person to have, you know, in somebody's corner. You know, because you kind of, you know, been through a situation that most people. I mean, that's going to be one of the largest events in the history of that in my lifetime that's happened.
Absolutely.
You know, so I mean, everybody remembers when 9/11 was, where they were.
Right.
You know, so that's like the event, and you were there. So that's, you know, history books. It'll be in there.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's a testament to the American people too, because we did recover.
Right.
We did pick up the pieces and keep on going and embrace life and celebrate life. It didn't stop us like they wanted to. You know, it hurt us, knocked us down, but we still got back up on our feet again. So.
And they say a broken bone healed is stronger than previously.
Yeah.
Before, right?
Well, in some ways. I mean, of course, the world's been changed and in a lot of ways, and not such great ways too sometimes. But in some ways, we are stronger and better for it.
And you know, I actually heard that Meetup. You ever heard of Meetup?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that Meetup was formed out of New York with 9/11.
Oh, really?
Because what happened was they were trying to get people to meet up, and there weren't cell phones, or they didn't know if people were, you know, and they started getting people to meet up at places and meet up here. And that's...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so they started meeting up, and people, and now it's like, you know, it's definitely a top 10 social network, you know, that people go to and they meet up.
Right.
But yeah, that's where I read, that's where it, I mean, unless the website was, you know, can't believe everything you read on the
I
internet.
know, that's
but,
right.
But I mean, it was, I think it was pretty legitimate because it was naming like the sites, and I was reading a little excerpts on them, and it was saying that one started it. 9/11 was what started it.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They can help me tell me if I'm wrong. You know? But yeah. So and I want to make sure. We have we have about 9 minutes. I want you to retell everybody how to get in touch with you with your voiceover.
Okay.
And you gotta spell it just in
Okay.
case somebody might have tuned in late.
All right. My website is ValerieMenzel.com, and that's ValerieMenzel.com.
Z is in zebra.
Z is in zebra, L is in lollipop.
Yes, and you do acting.
I do acting. I produce photo shoots. I do voiceovers. I'm a Living Your Strengths coach. I
Yes.
also facilitate moving on after moving in. I do a bunch of other volunteer things too, but those are my main big ones.
Okay. And so you have any big like what do you do like in Charlotte? What's like one of your favorite restaurants?
I mean, Charlotte, I think, is a great town. We were talking about earlier,
Right.
you were asking me about all the places I'd lived and which one was my favorite. I don't think I ever answered
Oh yeah,
that.
you didn't. Thank you.
You know, I have found great things about every place I've lived. And, you know, I loved being around New York City, but I didn't love the traffic, for example.
Right.
So, you know, there's always a upside and a downside to everything. I've loved people that I've met in each place. I loved D.C. when I lived outside of D.C. in the Potomac area. What a great town. Clean, beautiful, love the history, great restaurants too.
Right.
But Charlotte's a great town too. I mean, it's not a tiny, teeny little place. It has culture, it has restaurants, it has arts going on, you know, it has all kinds of concerts and sports and, you know, it's wonderful for families. It's beautiful. I love the trees. I fell in love with that right away. So I really enjoyed Charlotte. I really like it a lot. And the people I've met have been terrific, you know. And one of the nice things, I guess, for me is that almost everyone is from somewhere else. So you don't feel like an outsider, you know, moving here, which is probably, you know, poor Charlottonians or however you say it, you know, they probably aren't very happy with us that we've invaded their home, but, you know, it's such a lovely place. The weather's great and people are so nice and, you know, the lifestyle's so wonderful for families and I have a family, so we've really enjoyed it. And, I don't know if I have a favorite place. I guess, you know, I can't say I have one that in terms of where to live, you know, but I did visit Maui, and that was my favorite place to vacation. So I'll tell
Oh, really? Maui. Okay. So Maui was your favorite place?
Yes.
What did you love about it?
Oh, everything. Maui's beautiful.
I know the beaches are there, but does it have mountains too?
Mountains, volcanoes. We hiked into one of the dormant volcanoes, which was
really
crazy.
You hiked into a volcano?
Yeah, it's dormant, but man, you know, hiking down was fine. It was hiking back up because of the altitude.
Right.
And then there were like rainforests, and we hiked through the rainforest.
But now you said it was a dormant volcano. Like, so you were walking down, like, you didn't see any red, like, even like...
Oh, no, it's dead. It was done. I mean, at least as far as they know.
I don't know if it was like, you know, Yellowstone, they still have the little, it's still popping out, or if they have like a little...
No, they have those that are still kind of active, but you fly over them in helicopters or whatever. But no. This was something you could just hike down into, and you figured, no big deal. It kind of looked like a desert kind of thing.
Right.
Hiking back up, you were like ready to pass out. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, that hike up was a lot longer than that hike down, let me tell you.
Now was it all rock or was there woods?
Yeah, no, it was rock. It looked like a desert. It was like rock and red clay, kind of looking dusty. It was really.
Oh, really?
Wild.
Okay.
Wild.
So yes, because I mean, you know, I know that can't be like a normal mountain where you know you got grass, you got trees, you got. So it was just like a desert.
It was like a desert inside, you know, and it was neat though.
How big was it?
Huge, enormous. And the place is just beautiful. It has so many different vegetation, and you know, there's always this wonderful breeze, so it didn't have that humidity. You know, it's hot, but it's not feels like it's hot. You know,
that's the best.
It's a wonderful breeze, and there was always a rainbow every day. Like it rained on this one side of the island like once a day. And there was always this gorgeous rainbow every day. I was like, oh, this is like the luckiest place on earth. It's beautiful.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh.
Love it there. Love it.
Yeah.
But in terms of my favorite Charlotte restaurant, we've found quite a few that we like.
Top 10.
I don't know. I mean, we've found quite a few we like. Cowfish has always been a favorite.
That's me.
Yeah,
I love
like cowfish is fun and very original and unique. So we always bring visitors there. 151 Main is pretty good. Over in Blakeney and Stonecrest, they have a couple of really nice ones. They have a Cantina 1311.
Okay.
And they have Firebirds, and they have you know,
Right.
doing Maine, and they have, you know, and I love Brio over in South Park. They have a bunch of good ones too, Brio
yeah,
and all those.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and Restaurant Week is coming up not too long from now. I'm not sure the
Oh.
exact dates, but Restaurant Week is definitely the best time to hit some of those high-end
Yeah,
restaurants.
definitely go hit on, you get the three-course meal.
Oh, for $30
Yeah.
to something crazy like that. So we always love to go to, you know, the really high-end
That's amazing.
ones for, you know,
Right,
that.
right.
My son's friend's family owns Nico's, so if you like sushi, that's a great place for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Just giving some people some ideas. And I think we're about to close it out because I'm pretty sure, well, that one says 4 minutes. So yeah, I don't want to push it just so it doesn't cut us off. So we're out of time today. And maybe I can get her to come back sometime and talk with us. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me, TV.
You're welcome. And Valerie Menzel, if you need anything dealing with what we were talking about earlier with the strengths, so you can learn to develop your raw talent and mature that raw talent. If you want to do that, you need to get in touch with Valerie. She's a coach there too. Voiceovers, production work. But I just enjoyed you coming today. I enjoyed talking with you. And we will see you guys next time. See you later. Bye.